Okay, the video suddenly paused. I'm not sure why that happened. The video suddenly paused. I'm not sure why that happened.
It's good, but it's different. I love it about it. It's just like it's fun getting to know people.
I mean, this phone isn't very old.
Okay, like less than 2 hours. An hour and 45 minutes. It's not bad at all.
Should I bring another menu over?
You should. Does she want to do this?
Yes, the wild mushroom omelet. Yeah, I want to do that. Sure. Okay. And so do you want to do the free toast? Okay. And the eggnog is with. Okay.
Hi, how are you? Post Thanksgiving?
Is it okay if I try this? What? Okay. Tastes pretty good. I wonder if it's vegan and thus has no eggs. What?
I think it does have eggs.
Huh. I know it's called eggnog, but this is Saratoga Springs. Isn't Saratoga Springs very liberal?
Yes, but doesn't mean yes, it doesn't mean everything they serve is vegan.
Oh. I am glad this is a progressive area, though. A good community. Very good. You know, there's a Ben & Jerry's nearby.
But it's only like 2 or 3 blocks. But it's consolidated. There's a west side, the east side.
I would get their ice cream more often, except ice cream has a lot of calories in it. And whenever I get ice cream, I end up eating the entire pint because it seems nobody else wants any.
What's this? What did he say?
So whenever he gets ice cream, it seems like he ends up eating the entire pint. Someone else wants it.
I mean,
What's that, right?
there's still 1 pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream in the freezer.
What flavor is it? Chunky Monkey?
Maybe. I didn't check before we left. True. We didn't have to wait an hour and a half.
Like that one place. That was
That is to be a problem with me.
If there are eggs and milk in this, then one has to drink it quickly. Otherwise, it could spoil. But you can be slower with the coffee. In fact, you probably will be, given how hot normal coffee is. Yes, the coffee is good.
I got it on the counter.
I look over and I see this. And this little chunk.
Wait, are you close to any of them? Not like that.
Say, Dad, aren't there giant farming corporations?
Where?
You know, internationally? I was thinking that Monstachio is a genetic seed company. Do you know if Monstachio is an international mega farm company, or if they merely create genetically modified food products? Monopoly.
I feel like you're not pronouncing that.
I don't even know if I'm pronouncing their name right. But I do know that their name begins with an M.
What, was he inside and came outside?
No, they were just leaving the restaurant.
They were just leaving? They must have ate real quick.
At Myers Hardware, it's kind of like fast food, but it's quality food. So you go up and order, and people order right away. Sit down and eat.
Is that the butch? You got the same thing as I did.
Wow.
Go ahead, Scooch.
You know, I'm currently thinking of making a Dan Habit in which he steals somebody's food. They have to go to the bathroom or something at the homeless shelter, and Dan Habit eats their food. Do you think it's normal to bring food to a homeless shelter for somebody to do that?
Well, they would have food at the homeless shelter for people.
Yeah, but how odd would it be if somebody just brought food to the homeless shelter and that person was a gingerbread man who's also a veteran wearing military camo? And perhaps maybe I could put in a Kate cameo at the very beginning, maybe? And perhaps maybe I could have
Send me one of those.
perhaps maybe I could have the food be the food I had yesterday, something like that. The lamb chops I had yesterday at Sinbad's. I'm not too entirely sure on what the beverage would be.
That's pretty.
It's crazy how it's different colors.
It seems to me like they've gotten the best. They've been voted the best according to the Reader's Choice Awards since 2014, every single year. Make sure you're careful with your ID card, Brianna. I don't want to accidentally show sensitive information.
Well, how many, after we get 3 of them, 25
And for that matter, I don't want to show sensitive information on anybody. Say, do you think this place makes their own desserts? I mean, it does say they're a bakery. Do you think we could get one of them when I'm done with the cinnamon roll pancakes? Maybe to go? Sure, hopefully I could maybe take one bite of it, I was hoping, but I guess I don't necessarily have to.
I want to get them to go.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a formal review of the restaurant, this is just a vlog.
Just a what?
This is just vlogging. I have realized long ago that my channel is a vlogging channel. And you know, maybe deep down every YouTube channel is vlogging because, generally speaking, behind every YouTube channel is a real person. Generally speaking. A person with their own individual views and experiences. Are you singing the musical doodle from the earworm episode of SpongeBob? Do 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 do. Oh well, that's what the musical doodle is from the earworm episode of SpongeBob. I guess the name of the episode was not false advertising, if I can remember it, despite not having watched that episode in a year. Actually, I never even watched the full episode. And yet I still remembered the song. Huh. I'm not sure what caused the video to suddenly freeze like that. Hopefully I didn't lose the whole video.
How much sleep did it tell you?
You know, Dad, before you came here, I was thinking of bringing my big blanket with me to the car ride.
Big blanket.
Yeah, that big, dark-colored blanket. That has a lot of the color black. I was thinking of bringing that blanket with me to the car ride here.
How does it do that anyway?
But I didn't actually do that. You know, Dad, do you ever stop to think about what we have done in the past?
What do you mean?
Have you ever thought of how we treated Native Americans? Things like that? How we didn't legalize same-sex marriage until 2015, I think?
Well, people have views.
True. I mean, you can't change the past, but what you can do is change the future. We've done a lot of great things as a nation, but also a lot of bad things. But now that that's all past us, well, not quite, but now that we can still do more good things as a nation, for the entire global community.
Don't forget your card there.
What do you think we should do next, Dad?
What do you mean? Drive home?
Personally, I think maybe we should work to tackle the problem of climate change and to abolish the death penalty in all of the states.
You'll have to work on that when you get older.
We can work on that now. I mean, all you have to do is make an effort. Well, that's easy.
Where's the... Oh, there's your jams.
I think I
What does it say how much the muffin?
That's a breakfast.
Where's the jams? Sounds like a jam.
Do you know yet if Mom will be able to bring me home, Dad?
I hope Mom can do it.
To Brockport? Hopefully. You know, the other day, Mom got me an I Heart Obama long sleeve sweater, which I'm very grateful for. I've been thinking of getting a job at Starbucks or at Drake Memorial Library to get some experience so I could get a job at Starbucks. What? I like Starbucks.
You can work at Wegmans. Tyler, you can work at Wegmans.
Is Wegmans as progressive as Starbucks?
You can be help the people put their groceries away and put their carts in.
Huh.
That'll be right up your alley.
Yeah, you always do that.
Help people? Oh yeah. I've asked many times in the past to help people with their groceries, but they never seem to accept that help for some reason.
Oh, it's hard. Yeah, you can just approach a random person and be like, "Let me help you with your groceries." They're gonna think you're gonna take their groceries,
I would never do
but
that.
they don't know that, Ty. To them, you're just a random stranger,
True.
and you can't really change anything to make yourself not look like a stranger. People don't think people have good intentions all the time.
Huh. That's an unfortunate world. But I always do have good intentions.
You do, I know.
I never mean to do anything bad, and I hope I never ever do anything bad. I only want to do good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think I hear Charlie Brown music.
You're right, Tyler. It is Charlie Brown music.
May I please have another cup of coffee, please?
Do you want the dark roast this time?
Yes, please. Oh,
She'll bring it.
Yep.
Okay.
Now he's getting the trick is you gotta get right next to the car. And then when you start backing up, when you're halfway, you start turning it in.
Do you think rural areas are mostly made up of individual family farms?
Are you
do
asking me?
everyone, I guess. And do you think maybe the reason why there is so much poverty in these rural areas is because of giant monopoly farms?
He asked the question.
What'd you ask?
Do you think rural areas are made of like family farms?
Individual family farms, maybe.
That was funny.
I mean, it's not like everyone owns a farm, but
That'd be unrealistic.
Kind of parking spot.
let's see. Rural areas are low density. People are spread out far and wide, right?
I gotta stop.
Is this stuff you're learning at school?
No, I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to be as accurate as possible when describing rural areas. I wish to solve the problems of today and the future. If I still can, I think I'll apply to be senator on maybe the 28th. I have some projects, some group projects that need to be done by the 27th.
Rockport Center.
Yeah. And I think that these group projects, I think maybe I can do a few hours of work on them, but I'm going to try to do more than that. I want to get all A's this semester so I could get my GPA up. Do you think it would be a good idea for me to make that Dan Hamming episode where he steals somebody's food?
Sure.
I was planning on putting it
Did you get the
before.
one done where you use the refrigerator?
I've got the basic gist idea down. After the one in the Dan Hamming episode in which he eats the refrigerator, I was planning on making an episode in which a negligent discharge occurs. Taking place shortly after the refrigerator episode. The refrigerator episode will take place shortly after the food stealing
Why didn't
episode.
Taylor park way up there? Why didn't you park down where I parked?
Close to the restaurant.
No. At school. He was way up top. Mom probably didn't want to go down there.
Probably didn't have a lot of stuff.
After the negligent discharge episode, I'm planning on making. An episode in which Dan Hamming fights a band of poachers with Caesar's parents, Officer Frank, and Officer Stormalone. And after that, I plan on making a Dan Hamming episode in which he eats tires
Didn't see Emily. She mad.
at a tire store.
And like a big long paragraph, and she just responded with okay.
Then I'll release the Red Lobster episode.
I didn't say that. I just said I have too much to do and I haven't seen my dad yet.
Well, coming back in a month. When is that?
Well, my last exam is December 19th.
Well, basically, I've got a lot of Dan Hamming episodes in the pipeworks now.
December 19th, right? So I'm off the 3rd. I'm off.
off today.
Saturday, yeah, it's a day off. I'll be off.
Well, I get out at, my exam isn't cumulative, and it starts at 1:30. And most people finish it in like an hour and a half. But it goes until 4:30, that exam.
4:30. So, I just like, it takes an hour to get back through it. I just don't like driving through that in the dark. But I did it last time. If Mom can't do it, I can do it.
Excuse me, Dad.
Last time.
Well, what do you know about rural
Well,
areas?
as of now, I'm off. They might force me in. What's that?
What do you know about rural areas?
Not much. There's just not a lot of people around it. It's rural, quite unpopulated in the forest.
Is there a lot of poverty in rural areas? I mean, I've also heard that there is a lot of poverty in urban areas.
I don't know, Tom.
If there is a lot of poverty in both rural and urban areas, but not in suburban areas,
There's poverty, like,
Alright, I've got the mushroom omelet with raw toast. Right
Thank
here. Cinnamon roll pancakes.
thanks. But I was thinking that some areas have more poverty and that there are
Thank you.
certain explanations for that.
Any hot sauce or ketchup?
no, I'm okay, but
Jam?
Yeah, we've got strawberry, raspberry, or orange apricot.
You want?
sorry, here.
Strawberry, raspberry, and orange something.
Orange apricot marmalade.
I'll the raspberry.
Orange sounds good. Is that gluten free?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Do you have maple syrup?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, you might get. You know how to cut that tie by yourself? Tyler, you got syrup on it. All right. Well,
That's not exactly maple syrup, though. And there's still some parts of it that are still plain. Do you want to cut these pancakes, Dad? I know it might not be easy given where we are.
I'm okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, then I can do it.
Thanks, Brianna.
I don't know if you want maple syrup on it.
Yeah, it's already so sweet.
There's already a whole bunch of stuff on it, Ty.
Okay, I'll try it without the maple syrup.
Yeah, because that will take away from all the stuff that you got.
Oh, yeah. But sorry, I was just thinking about supporting Canada because of the tariffs.
Let's see.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, Dad, you could put it on your omelet.
I don't want it.
Perhaps maybe I should have thought about that. Excuse me, Dad. What kind of area do you think has the most poverty?
The cities, Ty. Of course, right? Cities.
That would make sense. There's the most people, so there's the most competition for resources. There's a lot of nuances in the real world, because the real world is not simple. I was thinking that maybe...
Can I have my jam?
I was just thinking that...
I want to eat without having to listen. Please.
Sometimes silence is kind of nice.
What?
Sometimes silence is like
Now you get to try the jam.
The cinnamon roll pancakes are pretty good.
Can I try both? To see what's better?
How was your omelet, Dad?
Amazing.
That's really good.
The cinnamon roll pancakes are really good too.
Here, you gotta try it first. I don't want that. Whatever. There's a lot there. You want more?
No.
You got enough then?
That's good, eh?
I had fallen asleep earlier, and I think I woke up around midnight, 12:15, and so I stayed up all night because I figured I would sleep on the car ride here.
And you did.
Yep.
Who slept more, you think? Me or Chad? I think Chad slept.
He was asleep before you went.
What's wrong with me talking in while you're eating? I mean, isn't it possible to listen and eat at the same time?
But we have to talk, and we're not eating because we're talking to you when we want to enjoy our food.
Well, I was reading a
Right,
comment.
Ty?
The section about Green City.
Because it's not polite to talk with food in your mouth.
That's true.
Sounds like it. Sounds like the
I just wanted to say that I think it's because of Monopoly Farms that rural areas might have a lot of poverty. There could be more factors. Yeah,
Multifactorial.
factors I can't think of.